Hey guys, what's going on? It's Space Cowboy here. Welcome back to the channel with another video for you guys here today. Before we get started with today's video, if you could please make sure to drop a like down below. It doesn't take too long to do and it helps the video perform much better in the YouTube algorithm. On top of that, if you enjoy Dallas Cowboys content, I would heavily consider subscribing to this channel so you can get Dallas Cowboys opinions, news, and all this other stuff. And make sure to hit that notification bell as well, so that you don't miss out on this content when it drops. You'll get notified when a new video posts or I go live or something of that caliber. So I would consider that. Now, Leighton Vander Esch. We're all aware, more or less, if you've been paying attention with the Dallas Cowboys, where he's currently at in his career. He has a injury history over the past couple of seasons, and the Cowboys declined his fifth-year option more recently, along with drafting a couple linebackers in this year's draft and bringing in Keanu Neal to be a part of that linebacking core. Now, there is a rumor circulating, according to some news outlets, along with a couple of the Dallas insiders, that there's been rumblings of a possibility that Leighton could be traded sometime in the near future. Now, do I think he is going to be traded? Well, let's have a look and see what Jane Slater had to say. She said the following: addressing the Leighton Vander Esch trade rumors, per a source informed, yes, there have been other teams interested in the linebacker, but I'm told the Cowboys are not interested in a trade, and he's still very much a part of the defensive line next year and in the future. Now, we're well aware that the Cowboys are pretty crappy at setting smoke screens. Do I think the Cowboys will trade Leighton Vander Esch? Probably not. I don't see a reason. I feel like, I don't know if there would be a team interested in Leighton, considering his injury history, and honestly, I think it's more likely that he gets cut than he gets traded, because there could be a possibility that, hey, if everyone performs well and Leighton's not doing that great, he could be the odd man out. Jalen isn't going to go anywhere. The Cowboys are not going to cut him this season. And then you have to consider you have Micah Parsons, you got Keanu Neal, so you have Jabril Cox. Do you really think if these guys perform up to task, Leighton could end up being cut? He could be moved. But then you got to think about, so what type of compensation could we be looking at if the Cowboys trade him? I couldn't tell you, to be completely honest with you, because you're not going to get a whole lot for him. You're not going to get a player unless you throw in a draft pick in Leighton. You could maybe get a third-day pick for him, maybe if you're lucky, and some team has a decent amount of bait. You could maybe get a day 2 pick, but it's just Leighton in his first year. Leighton looked like he was the real deal. He was proving a lot of Cowboys fans wrong. I know a lot of us in the YouTube community, to be completely honest with you, were a bit shocked at the pick because of the other needs that the Cowboys had to address at the time. Don't get me wrong, linebacker was a need, but considering the history of Leighton and his experience in college, a lot of head scratchers there. That first year, he had a second All-Pro nomination, and actually award, I should say, and he went to the Pro Bowl. My problem is that ever since that 2018 season, he has yet to replicate the same success. Leighton has not looked like the same player since 2018. He's looked either average, slightly above average, and mediocre in that span of time, along with missing a lot of time. That's the key thing, man. I understand that Jalen makes terrible decisions from time to time, or most of the time, but at least he's there. I would rather have someone be available to do their part, whatever it may be, than a very extremely talented player and they keep getting hurt to the point to where it's not even worth keeping him, right? So I couldn't tell you what the Cowboys would be looking for in a possible Leighton Vander Esch trade. And that, if you want to get any form of compensation back that's sufficient, other than maybe a very late third day draft pick in 2023, you got to figure out what you got to do here. You know, because it's just, the way I look at it is that, you know, the Cowboys haven't really done a good job at defensive player selections in the draft. Now, I will say, you could argue that that's a Jason Garrett era type of thing. You know, because you look at the players that we've drafted so far, albeit a small sample size, Trevon Diggs looks like a solid selection. And you look at Neville Gallimore. I understand that, you know, got a bit of a crowded room there. But, you know, you could see some improvement from him. And now that the Cowboys went so heavy on defense and you're creating this whole level of competition across the defense, every single position group, you know, these guys that were here before Mike McCarthy got here, they aren't tied to him. You know, sure, maybe they have a plan for Leighton. Maybe Leighton ends up being what Sean Lee was, in the sense of he's a rotational guy that we don't want to get hurt, but he'll be like a substitute, or he'll be the backup. And it's sad. We used the 19th overall pick on this guy, and I will say, hindsight is 20/20. You know, hindsight, sure. We didn't know that this was going to happen. You had indicators that maybe say, like, maybe it can happen. But when we got that first taste, and it's like, oh, maybe we have the best linebacking duo in all of football. Now it's, what in the hell happened? And it's mistakes like this that cost this team precious Super Bowl window time. You can't be whiffing on these first round selections. I understand that they're not all going to hit. Like, you're not going to get an all-pro with every single selection. But you have to at least get something. You can't be in a situation where you have a player that gets cut in the middle of his rookie deal, a la Taco Charlton. You know, there were so many other good players on the board. TJ Watt, ring a bell? With this time will tell, with Micah Parsons, I think that if we're going to be completely honest here, Micah Parsons has a much higher chance to be much better than Leighton ever was in Dallas in his first 1-2 seasons. And that's not me being biased as a Penn State fan. That's not me being biased as a Cowboy fan trying to pump him up. We got to be completely honest here, man. Leighton, just, you have to be physical. You have to do certain things at the linebacking position. You know, you got to lead, you know, you got to tackle, you know, the way that you have to be aggressive. Leighton can't do that because there's a risk he can get hurt. We know about the neck thing. We know about all this other stuff he's been getting hurt with. I can't have that with a linebacker. I try not to be mean. I try not to be rude. I understand that Leighton, you know, made it to the end. It's just, dude, I need you to be there. But then when he's there, I don't see it with him. I really don't. And I hate to say that because I thought in 2018 and going into 2019, the Cowboys finally have a nucleus to build off of. So now this defense won't be garbage. And I was wrong, and many others were wrong. So I don't want to go on forever, but if you have the opportunity to trade Leighton Vander Esch and you can get a day 2 pick out of that, you got to take it. Unless you're going to bring him back as a backup, which I'm not paying this dude $3 to $5 million. I'm not paying this guy top level money just to be a backup. If that's the case, you got Jabril Cox if you want him to be a backup. Which, honestly, he should be a starter. I don't know what to say, guys. So down in the comment section, tell me, what should the Cowboys do with Leighton Vander Esch? Trade him? Cut him? What should they do? Shout out to all my channel members, as you can see on the screen right now. If you want to join this illustrious list of fantastic supporters, hit the join button down below and you can be a part of it. You know, just got to pay us a monthly subscription, similar to that of super chatting. It's just super chatting, but monthly instead of a one-time thing. Which, if you like the super chat, I think you would definitely get a kick out of being a member. So, with all that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next video. So, I hope that the new angles and the new, face cam and edits and stuff, I hope that you're enjoying them. And I'm just going to try and keep getting better as best as I can to give you the best quality product as possible. Along with, hopefully, good Cowboy takes. So. Well, alrighty, guys. You have a great rest of your day. Peace out. Bye-bye.